7 years ago, I began my post-secondary educational journey. I pursued a degree in screenwriting and filmmaking, and wanted to tell stories that touched people across the universe. I always attended to the stories that my ancestors had passed down to me. Luke Skywalker, Frodo Baggins, and Harry Potter all showed the path of the hero's journey. Indiana Jones, E.T., and Captain Jack Sparrow showed me what adventure felt like. And Maximus Decimus Meridius taught me how to be a man of both strength and honor. John Bender, Nancy Wheeler, and Robert Grainer reminded of the beauty of the human experience and how children are life's eternal reminder of loveliness, potential, and the need for responsibility. However, there were stories that I needed to tell. I traversed the great desert of Arrakis hoping to find my place. However, I found that at least for a time, screenwriting was not for me. I altered my course and began the journey of becoming an LIM HP, or what the Fremen call the Lisan al-Gaib. My path was set, the path to writing Shai-Hulud, the great worm who explores the deserts of the mind, would take years of preparation. The ability to continue my education remotely became a necessity as my wife and I began raising a family. We had 2 girls, Atlas and Aurora, both of whom were the water of life in our drought-ridden years. My journey limited our time together, but the hopes of a better tomorrow with a stable and meaningful career helped us push through. The study load was heavy, especially when I took on 3 courses in order to graduate early. Unfortunately, we found out that KCREP, the organization that regulates therapists' travel, did not allow me to take on extra courses during my internship. This meant that I took on a term of extra work for nothing. I would still graduate within the standard time frame. What none of us were prepared for was the ultimate evil that dwelt within the land. Discussion posts. No matter how many I completed, more sprang up from the deep. An endless battle of whack-a-mole arose for what felt like centuries. Eventually, it was time for me to put my learning into action. I needed to walk among the people I had spent so long to learn about. At first, I began at a private practice where I shadowed others who had gone before me and attempted to lead a session. Next, I went to an inpatient facility for individuals who struggled with substance abuse. Much of the work involved attempting to convince patients to stay at the facility. Many finished their journey too soon, only to return weeks or even days later. Finally, I moved to the Iraqian prison, where I began to work with incarcerated individuals. We did many hours of group therapy. I heard many stories that were heartbreaking and difficult to bear. Here, I had to ensure that I enforced proper boundaries, as there were many individuals who were highly skilled at manipulation and very adept at spotting weakness. Playing both the role of therapist and security, I had to ensure that I did not overly disclose personal information, and I guided clients to make requests through the established and proper channels. One of my greatest challenges has been to identify what theoretical framework I connect with. As with all of us, I stand on the shoulders of giants and am grateful for the resources I have available to me. I have no doubt that as time goes on, my view of therapy will become more and more personal. Now, within reach, my 7-year-long journey is about to come to a close. The Lisan al-Gaib is ready. The Shai-Hulud calls from the deep. I will take my leap. Out exploring the deserts of the mind as we pursue what is true and beautiful.